What just happened? Holy crap. Hey everyone, Arahli here, and welcome to another episode of ARK Scorched Earth here on the Molten Iron Server. So in the last video, we did some breeding, we did some fishing, but the biggest thing we did is we did some building. We kind of finished off what I kind of consider phase one of the Three Springs base. So we finally got everything kind of up and running the way we wanted to. We've got our forge, we've got a chemistry table in there, we've got our place to eat. So we pretty much have all the necessities down now. So now we're going to need to do a little bit more. Now we're into phase two. Phase two is just a fancy way of saying we need to make it bigger. So we're kind of getting a bunch of wood right now. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in just a moment here. We're kind of working our way back over that direction so you can see. Before we do that, so you can see we've got a whole bunch of clay and stuff in here. I'm gathering all the wood I can from this guy. And it looks like I'm already full up. So, and then we are just making a bunch more gates. So you guys have seen what we did for the other stuff. It's going to be similar. We're going to do a bunch more gates to kind of build out a little bit bigger. And it takes a ton of wood for this. So like each of these takes 280 wood. So, okay. So, we're going to make it bigger. Now, the idea is that, like, right now, Fox and I are, we're sharing the place. It's great. It's fantastic. But just with the two of us and me doing a lot of taming, we're already full up on the inside of that base. So, and we haven't even got to, like, the wyverns or the rock elementals yet. Or the mantis, in fact. So, we need to make it bigger. So, we're coming around the corner here. I'll show you what the plan is. You can see on the ground an outline, okay? So it's nothing crazy. We're just going to increase it a little bit on each side and then up from the front as well. And I'm going to do a little bit of a redesign on the front end of the base. But the idea is that if we get ourselves that little bit of extra space, I think that's another 8 wide. It's like another 30 deep. That'll give us enough room to put wyverns and rock elementals and get the parasers moved to the outside section to give us some more room for the smaller dinos on the inside. So that's the basics. At some point, we'll end up putting in something else for the birds and stuff too, because we're going to have more birds. I mean, like, right now, Fox doesn't even have a bird. He just has the moth, and we've got my 3 things. So we're going to have to do a bunch of that stuff. So right now, I am just collecting materials and building and building and building. So once I get a bunch of those dino gateways done like we have here, I will bring you guys back so I can actually place them. But we need we need a ton of them, guys, like a whole lot of them. So I'm gonna keep working on this for a while. After I get some work put in for you guys, I will bring you back so you can see what is next, and we'll start getting this stuff laid out. Alright, so I thought I'd bring you guys back to show you something. I was wrong with something I had said earlier. When we first came over here and I took Ash out, and I said we had to go all the way back towards Green Obelisk to get sap because there's no cactus out here. Like I said, there's no cactus. There are none, nothing to see. I was wrong. I didn't even think about the fact that the scrub cactus, the stuff that's right down here at the ground, you can get sap from that too. It's just that Ash and Procopterions can't get it from there. So Morellatops, Parasers, and those guys, we'll just quick whack. That's 411, just bam, just like that. So I don't know what I was thinking, but but here we go. So we're good now. This really helps out with the chemistry bench we have in there now, because we can just kind of load up. And I mean, look, we are tons and tons of sap now. We are good to go when it comes to making sap and that kind of stuff. So you're getting sap to make stuff. All right, so I'm gonna head back in there. I will show you kind of what I've been working on. We haven't put any more walls down yet. I've been waiting for you guys. I'm still making the walls. So we are back inside, and you can see over here that we have got this pretty much full up, except we need sap now. So it is a 60 slot table. So for us to get everything we need in there, we need to do 40 of the sand and 20 of the sap. And we'll turn this on. You gotta turn everything on first to get the full load, and then you can make a ridiculous amount of this stuff. So I'm just gonna scroll down so you can watch. I mean, it's crazy how much faster this is than using the mortar and pestles, and you get a bonus out of it too. I don't actually know what it is, but like I think like every 5th one is free or something like that. So pretty cool way to just fill up with clay. So I'm gonna get this done. Then we'll keep building. And the other thing we're using the Morellatops for is the berry gathering, because with the berry gathering, if you look in here, you can just make a ton of dye. So we just filled this up earlier. We put some spark powder, some charcoal, and some gunpowder. You have to have a full water skin with the way that we have this set up, because it's not actually irrigated correctly. It's just working off of the taps out here, or the water reservoirs. So because it's on the water reservoirs, to get it to work, we have to put a full water skin into the cooking pot, and then it should kick off no problem. So, and then it's only, it only rains a little bit here, but these things seem like they're constantly full. So it's enough water in general for us not to have to worry about anything else. So pretty cool. The 3 springs are awesome, and we want those here mainly for the Morellatops, and because it's an extra set of water. I mean, there's 3,000 water out here, plus an extra 1,000 right there. So we're good to go on water consumption, which is great. But yeah, so I'm going to make some more clay up, guys, and then we will be finishing up the walls and stuff, and I'll bring you back once we get ready to start placing all that stuff. Woohoo! Oh, my house is sad. It's crying on the inside. Or it's one of those rainstorms. So we are set to, I think, build the walls, guys. Let's take a look in here. I've already got some stuff in my inventory. I've got 16 dino gates here. I've got the 2 behemoths that we're going to put on the outside. And then I've got another 17 dinosaur gateways and 137 walls. I think that's enough. We'll find out for sure. But yeah, figured I would show you guys what we're working on. Let's get on there and take a look at this. Anything crazy out here that wants to eat me? Nope, Dodic over there. Okay, alright, relatively safe. Alright, so the behemoth gates, we're going to place them right in the corner. That's what I want to do. I want to snap them right in the corner. And then I have to kind of see if it's actually on the right one now or not. Yeah, it looks like it. So we're going to put a behemoth gate there. And we're going to put this guy in there. And then we're going to do the same thing over here on each corner. We're doing one of the behemoth gates in. Okay. Yep, looks pretty good. That way we have a way to get in and out with the big dinos without having to go through the back one. What I'd like to do, once we get this all finished up, is the Morellatops don't fit through this gateway. Well, it doesn't fit through it if the gate's on it. But if we take the gate off, the Morellatops can fit through no problem. So once we get this all fenced on the outside, I'm going to take the inside piece and I'm going to take out those gates, I think. So we've got enough to start rolling. So let's go across the front here. Now, I think this is, if I remember correctly, this is 29 wide. So I should be able to go, what, 7 in? Because there is a center point for this. We'll figure it out in a second. Let's do the other ones first, because it's going to not require as much thought. Get this in here. We'll probably just speed this up a little bit for you guys so you don't have to watch me do this for all of them. And I will bring you guys back once we are done with the basic walls for it, okay? Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. What just happened? Holy crap. Why? Why did all of that hit? Oh my god, you guys saw that, right? I demolished a wall, and it's all gone. No way, did it do all of them? Oh my gosh, that entire side is gone. Holy crap. Well, looks like I've got some more building to do, guys. Wow. All right. Well, I don't know what bug that was, but I'm gonna keep building, and then we'll come back once we can keep this finished or get this finished up. Whew. So there is definitely something bugged. I just placed a wall in this corner over here, and it demolished everything. So, yeah, back to the drawing board. I mean, not to the drawing board, I guess. I just have to collect a lot more materials to build everything again. I'm going to try to get everything leveled out and ready to go. So when I start doing this again, I won't have to worry about weird things being demolished. So, yep, I guess we'll be doing that. Back in a few. Alright, welcome back, guys. I think I'm going to have to try to do this a little differently. I was trying to remember why this didn't happen when we built the other part, and it's because the fence foundations were not there to begin with. We snapped the gates to the gates, and that's what we did. So I'm going to actually go through and demolish all the gates, or the foundations, except for the ones behind us, because those ones I've kind of stacked to make this a little more level. And then those will be, I'll do those ones first, so there shouldn't be any chance of anything else getting screwed up. And then we'll go from there, because I should be able to snap everything except the behemoth gates, and the behemoth gates I can put the foundations down at the very end just to make sure. So I'm going to take all of those fence foundations down, except for the corner ones and these ones behind me, and that should be where we go from here. So, yeah, I'm going to get started on that. Fence foundation bug, man. It's real. It is real. So yeah, I'm going to leave the corner ones in, and then I'm going to take everything else out for these guys. And then I'll just try to craft some more stuff as I go to kind of keep everything rolling. But we're going to have to rebuild everything. Everything that I've done. And I've actually tried this a couple other times since you guys have been with me with different stuff. And it's the same thing. If you demolish one thing, like while you're attached to the fence foundation, everything can just fall apart. Everything. So, yeah, actually, I think I'm going to probably go and break foundations so they're not touching each other before I start doing long runs of demolishing, just to be on the safe side. So we'll take this one down. Oh, okay. So these ones should be fine now, and then I'm going to take all of those down, and I'm going to do that for the other side as well. And then I will bring you back once I have some more stuff done. To be honest, I will probably get as much done as I can before I bring you back at this point, because I've been doing this for like 3 hours. And I don't need you guys to stay here for that. So I will get this rolling. I will bring you back once everything is ready to roll. Alright, guys, we're back. And I've calmed down. We've made it. And actually, if you can kind of see a shadow behind me that's fluctuating, I actually had walked away for a little bit. Like I was actually pretty frustrated because I've done this 3 times now. And you can see Finn's up there. Fox, even with his casted hand, has found a way to join us today. So you said you did what? You remapped the buttons?
Yeah. So I remapped walk forward to my my back thumb button on my mouse. I don't have one of them fancy billion button mouses. I just got the two buttons. I got walk forward there, and I have use mapped to the forward button, so I can walk around. And if I'm feeling squirrely, I can use my little hand to sprint. But sprinting and jumping is still very difficult at the same time, and doing anything else is basically impossible. I did have to box a terror bird for a little bit because I was having trouble hitting my spear button.
Yeah. And you said you were at the doctor today, and you have to have the cast on for longer, it sounds like, huh?
Yeah, another 2 weeks, and then 4 weeks of therapy.
That's gonna be fun, buddy. But
yeah.
But at least you found a way to at least get into the game and play a little bit. And so, and guys, so it's done now. and I'll give you a quick tour in a second, but I couldn't have done this if it wasn't for Fox. Like, I was so frustrated. I've already filled up the chemistry table twice before to get the stuff done, and then it all just fell apart and destroyed itself. So Fox has helped me calm down and actually got a bunch of this stuff made for me. So I appreciate it, buddy.
I am the emotional support.
Yep. All right, so this is it. Last gate, guys, right here. Bam. We are done with phase 2 thing-ish stuff, I guess. All we were doing really for this was to build out a bigger wall. So I'm gonna get up top here, and we'll take red up in the air, and I will show you kind of what we're looking at. Okay. All right, guys, welcome back. There it is. So we've just, nothing crazy. We just kind of built out a larger area for us to work with. This will give us a place for us to keep some wyverns once we get them in here. We're going to get a rock elemental at some point. We want to have a place to keep him at as well. But this will let us get a couple wyverns. It'll let us get more birds. So, because right now, like I said, Fox doesn't have his RG yet. So we need to get him an RG still. And we're gonna have another area we need to kind of have for birds and stuff in general. But now we've got a little more room to breathe in here. It's not gonna be quite as crowded as what's in here. The pack and stuff, they're all kind of just stuffed into corners. But we're gonna take the parasers out of where they're at and put them inside the larger area now. So there'll be just a little bit more room in general, which will make this a whole lot easier for us to kind of keep going forward and keep taming. So there you guys go. That is the basics of what I wanted to make sure we got done today build-wise. Okay, we're back. I actually remembered something that I wanted to make sure I clarified. In the very beginning of this video, I said that I wanted to do a couple things differently once this was done. You can see everything kind of loaded in there. So the first thing I had said was I wanted to redo the front of the base a little bit. So the idea was that I was going to bring that second story and the one above it out another layer or two out, floor or two out, and then drop pillars into the ground for it. The problem is that with the issue we run into with this foundation glitch, if I change anything in the base now, and I actually mean anything, because these have actually been connected now to the base itself, because they touch there at the fence foundations, right there at the bottom, anything that I change can knock down walls. So I tested it just to make sure before everything was done. Right near the beginning, I actually took down one of those doors, and it collapsed about half of the stuff I had built. So there's no modifying this base right now until that thing gets fixed. Until that weird issue with the Adobe Fence Foundations is taken care of, we can't modify this base at all, which is fine. We've got everything we need now to be sufficient, self-sufficient, and so there's no real reason for us to have to make any more modifications for the moment. If we decide to make a place for the birds to roost, we'll probably just build it out of pillars out here someplace, because that won't be something that will interfere, or to be honest, we might just make it someplace else. There's plenty of places for us to build here, so this is really just this is our main base. We'll have some little outposts here and there, just like we have that sand dune base up north. We'll have other ones too that we can play with building on until that thing is fixed for us. So so this guy, just want to make sure I came back and tell you that. It has been a little frustrating, obviously, today for me, but it's ARK. The game hasn't been fully released for a reason yet. There's a couple building things that can be really annoying if that's what you like to do, but it's ARK. That's some of the stuff that happens. One of the cool things about this game is that those weird limitations that are imposed for some of this is what causes people to find really cool solutions for some of that stuff. So I didn't find any cool solution for that, but when people had issues with rafts and they couldn't build them as big as they wanted to, somebody figured out a way to do that. Thatch roofs, and you can stamp things to the bottom. So there are, these limitations and the kind of weird foibles that kind of show up for this, those are all things that just it pushes people to be inspired to figure out new things. So I think this is an issue that'll be fixed. It's not something I'm too worried about. It's one of those things that we have now made sure we warned the rest of the server about. But yeah, I don't know. I love building this game. As frustrating as it can be sometimes, being able to build stuff like this is just, it's fun to me. Seeing the stuff that Monkey Puzzle and UTC and those guys build is just, it's crazy how cool this game can be when it comes to building. So That's it, though. I think that it's been a pretty long day for me. I think we're going to call that it for the episode today, guys. If you've enjoyed the episode, of course, feel free to drop a like below. You can always subscribe for more content, and I will catch you on the flip side.